Okay, this week's homework, sheet number 12. The first question is some fractions. So let's look at the subtraction one first of all. First thing we need to deal with in this question is the whole numbers. So 6 take away 4, which we know is 2. Then we need to deal with the fractional part, the 2/3 and the 3/4. So to do the subtraction there, we need to find a number which both 3 and 4 divide into. So that's going to be 12 on the bottom. Get the new number here for the top, get the new number here for the top, and then do a subtraction. Now the problem you'll find when you do this one is that the left hand number is going to be smaller than the right hand number. So you can't technically do the take away sum. So to compensate for that, we need to borrow one from there, which will give us a new left number, take away the right number, and then your answer is 1 and so many twelfths. The division one, first thing we need to do here, remember it's different, we've got to make them top heavy, so that's the bottom number 5 times the 3, add the 1. So this becomes 16 over 5 divided by, do the same with this fraction, 10 times 1 add 7. And then when we divide fractions, we turn the second one upside down and make it into a times. Once you've done that, you should find that there's some cancelling before you get your final answer. Question 2, possibly the hardest one this week. So let's have a look at it in terms of pictures. So here's a pie chart. So the 2/3 of the football matches are won by the home team. So 1/3, 2/3. So this purple part here is what's won by the home team. The question tells you 1/4 or 25% is won by the away team. So this red part is the away team. And that then means that the blue part here, that's the number of draws that we have. So the question really is, what is the fraction which is blue? So what's the fraction of draws? That's what the question is really asking. Okay, well, we know that the home wins is 2/3. We know that the away wins is 1/4, 25% is 1/4. So if I add these together and get an answer, I then should be able to work out what fraction the draws are. Right, it should be obvious. Once you've added these two fractions here, then you should know exactly how many or what fraction the draws are. Now let's just say, for example, the draws came out to be a 15th. It's not that, but just say it was. So if it was a 15th for the draws, and we know that there were 13 draws, okay, then we would know how many games were played in total, because it would be 15 lots of 13. Once we know the total number of games, we can use this fraction to work out how many were home wins. Try it. Right, question 3, back to more familiar ground. So 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. So write it all out first of all, and you're going to do it in stages. So the first stage is we're going to take the last two brackets. We can use our FOIL method for removing that. So you've then got 2x minus 1 times a bigger bracket here, and then you just use your FOIL method again. So 2x times the first thing, 2x times the middle thing, 2x times the last thing. -1 times, -1 times, -1 times. Gather it all together, and you should have so many cubes, so many squares, so many x's, and then a number at the end. Question 4, our integers. So we've got -2, we're adding another -2, and then we're going to take away 3. Well, we can't take away 3 until we put them in. So if I put the 3 in, I then have to compensate by putting 3 negatives. Now if I take away 3, we've got our answer. The second question, we're going to do the negative 4 times negative 3 first of all. So the negative 4 times 3 gives us an answer, which we're then going to divide by negative 2. And then the last one, BODMAS, tells us we're going to do the multiply first. So it's going to be 7 add whatever the answer to negative 2 times negative 3 is. Question 5, the volume. Now, the two formulas we need, a cylinder, pi r squared h, a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, if I was making this shape, I would have a cylinder, and then I would take away from that cylinder half a sphere on the top, half a sphere on the bottom, so in other words, one great big sphere. So basically it's the top formula, take away the bottom formula, and you have all the numbers you need in the question. Question 6, rode a horse, the jockey, calculate the speed. So speed is distance divided by time. Now the distance that Rhoda and the horse are going are 10 miles. The time is 25 minutes. Now this is where we've got a wee bit of a problem, because the units are not what we're expecting. Miles on the top and minutes on the bottom. Right, we really want it in miles per hour. So we're going to have to do something with this question here to turn it into hours. So there's two options. We can either do 10 miles in 25 minutes is how many miles in 5 minutes, and then how many miles is that in 60 minutes for an hour. Or you could do the 10 divided by the 25, get that answer, and that's going to be in miles per minute, and then you turn minutes into hours, times it by 60. So you've got the two options there. Okay, first of all, work out what it is, how many miles you go in 5 minutes, and then work out how many miles that is in 60 minutes. Or do the divide sum, distance divided by speed, distance divided by time, to get the miles per minute. And then if you know what it is for 1 minute, if you want 60 minutes, times it by 60. So try those two options. Question 7. Dwayne Pipes and Jacuzzi, the plumbers. Now, Dwayne is more experienced, so he gets more money, and the ratio the question tells us is 4 to 3. He gets paid £640. We need to work out how much Jack gets paid. So 4 parts is 160, so you could work out what 1 part is worth. Once you know how much 1 part is worth, then you can do 3 times that to get how much money Jack gets paid. And then the last question, Emma Chiswick bought a TV. It's £870 cash, or she could buy it on hire purchase. So the hire purchase price is 15% of 870. Now you should be able to work that out, get an answer. Then she has to pay 12 lots of £85, get that as an answer, and then add these two answers together to get the hire purchase price. And then what did the question actually ask? The question asked how much will she save? Well, once you know this answer, you know the cash price up here is 270. So you take this answer and do a subtraction to get how much money she saves. Okay.